Welcome back, girls and guys. It is your host, Arachnid Soul, coming to you today with another gamer podcast. Today's topic is video game pre-orders. We thank you for joining us. It's not just me, it's also my mate out of Canada. It's Rumble. Rumble, what's going on?
Not much, man. I'm excited. This is going to be awesome. I usually host these myself, but now I get to enjoy the ride.
Yeah, I've been in that situation before, doing something and carrying a lot of the weight, and then you go over to somebody else's place and do it, and they've got everything taken care of. Now, video game pre-orders, you're the perfect person to talk to because you, much like myself, we've played consoles forever. We do a lot of PC gaming, but when I think about people who have that latest AAA game either the first day or the first week, you're one of the people who comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
And my only problem with the pre-order is I think it makes the developers and the publishers a little bit lazy. You know, we get these E3 trailers or packs or what have you, and these games look beautiful, and people get excited and hyped based on footage and trailers and little, commercials and flashing screens and bright lights and people on stage yelling. And then the game comes out and it's absolute crap, and the publishers and developers don't care because they've already sold 90% of them.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, what is your general feeling on pre-ordering?
Well, I used to have like one of those stances where pre-ordering for me was the way to go. It was like because there was once a time if you didn't pre-order the game, it was going to be a while before you'd see that game. You know what I mean? Like, I can think of several games. I'm not going to get into how many have done it, but it used to be the way to go. But nowadays, like you say, if you pre-order and with the bells and whistles being thrown at you and getting you all hyped up, and then the game's crap, it's kind of left me going, I don't know if I want to pre-order anymore. I mean, I still do it, but I have that reservation the whole time, and I've actually found myself canceling pre-orders at times. So I don't know. I'm still like kind of on the fence. It depends on what developer's doing it as well, because there's always those tried and true developers. You got your Blizzards. A game from them is typically going to be solid.
Right.
And then you've got your Bethesdas. You can usually rely on them to create a good game and fix it quickly.
Yeah.
But then you got your Ubisofts where it's kind of like, I don't know, it could be broken for a month.
Well, you're lucky if it's a month. I mean, there are certain games that come out, and like I said, 90% of the games are sold in pre-orders. So there's less reason for them to say, well, the 10% of the people who are still going to buy the game haven't bought it, and they're holding out for us to patch the game. But patching it's going to take a lot of time and money, and, maybe we don't want to do that.
Yeah.
But BioWare's another one of those companies that brings out those awesome games. I mean...
Oh, yeah, they're solid. So solid.
When I think about pre-ordering a game, the first thing that comes to mind is like Mass Effect 4, but I'm not going to do it, even though I know it's going to be the best game in the history of the universe.
I'll cave and I'll do it. I'm going to cave and I'm going to pre-order it.
Okay, you're gonna pre-order it to get like that, I don't know, that
last...
Yeah.
The bonuses don't interest me. Really, they don't. That's not what usually draws me into the game. It's that I want to be playing it. I just want to be playing the damn thing the moment it releases. I don't know what it is. I can't get myself out of that mode of I just want it now, and I know better. My logical mind is saying, dude, you don't need it right now. You really don't. But that kid in me is just going, no, you play now. You know what I mean?
Yeah, well, you'll be one of those people flying around in like that golden Normandy S1.
Yeah.
But I don't know, I just feel like, especially with the few games that I have pre-ordered, they were so long ago, and this was back when everything wasn't digital, when a game came in a disc.
Yeah.
It was flat and it was shiny on the back, children. And it came in a plastic box, and the store was only going to get 15 or 20 of them.
Exactly.
So you had to pre-order. They didn't even have to give you any perks or anything. You just had to pre-order. And then everything went digital, and now it's like, not only is it digital, but the price is gonna drop.
Mm-hmm.
You know, why am I doing this to myself? And then I look at my Steam library, and it's like, I could hold off on this game because I have 9,000 games I've bought and have never played.
You know, that's the sad thing. Every time a new game is coming out and I want to pre-order it, I do the smartest thing you could ever do, is open your Steam library and look at it and go, no, you do not need another game. There are over 4,000 games sitting there waiting for you to finish them. Get in there.
When you look in your Steam library, you also say, well, Fallout New Vegas wasn't as good as Fallout 3, but it's probably going to be better than any other game that comes out still, especially when you put the mods in.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know, and you never did get more than like 6 hours into New Vegas, so...
There's the opposite side, though, too, when we're talking pre-orders here. There's the new version of the pre-order, which is your early release.
Yeah.
So, I mean, at least New Vegas, it never fell into that category. You know, you're going to play it and it's been released. You know, they didn't even have a beta phase for that, if I remember correctly.
No.
So, you know, that's why they're a solid company. They're not going to release anything until it's done.
I feel like some games come out, and if you pre-order it, you're pretty much just paying to be a beta tester.
Yep. Well, I think a good example, even though it's experiencing its problems right now, is a game like Witcher 3, CD Projekt Red. They may have released a game it's got glitches. Like, let's not kid ourselves. If you're reading anything on the internet, they've had their share of problems. I haven't had any myself, but they've had their share of problems. But the rate that they're patching the game is unheard of. The average company takes about a month to like 2 months to patch a game. Like, and I mean like great detailed parts of the game. Whereas CD Projekt Red is a weekly basis right now. They are fixing every problem that they're running into. And even though, because we're going to have bugs, we're going to have them, there's nothing you can do about it. It always happens. But for a company to step up and actually do something about it as quickly as possible is what I look for when it comes to a good company. So I think because I can't think of any other companies besides Bethesda and Blizzard right now that can really, or BioWare, that can release a solid game out of the gate. Square Enix. Yeah. They're the other one that kind of, you know, you don't really see a lot of bugs in their games when they release it. So
there have been examples of games that BioWare was rushed to release. You know, Mass Effect 3. I didn't say that. Rushed to release, and you could tell BioWare was like, you know what, there's more stuff we wanted to put into this, but EA rushed them. And then EA also kind of, you know, stood between them and patching a new game. To the point where BioWare actually came out later with Mass Effect 3 and's like, here's free DLC. This is what we wanted to be in the game, without, you know, any spoilers or anything. So, you know, because EA's looking at it like, you guys already sold most of your stuff in pre-orders. We really want you to just start working on the next Dragon Age game.
Oh, yeah.
I think that the future of pre-ordering lies not with the developers, because they're making money, you know, really with the pre-orders. It lies with the gamers. I mean, our gamers going to have the ability to kind of look at how they game and say, you know what, I don't need to pre-order things because I don't play anything for 3 months anyway, and I keep getting screwed over. Or, you know, this developer, this publisher is good, I can pre-order from them, but screw this one because they've screwed me over with 3 games in a year. You know, we're not
Ubisoft. Oh,
yeah, sorry about that. Yeah, some allergies going around. But
you know what? I'm going to continue to probably pre-order games, but it's with a very open view to it. You know, I'm going to look into everything before I do it. I guess it's everybody's choice at this point. You know, if you're going to pre-order. If not, don't do it. I mean, just make an educated decision on those kinds of things.
Yeah, I think some people, when they're in that relationship and the person they're with is abusive to them, they don't accept the honeymoon phase. That's me.
Yeah, exactly.
You hit me once, I'm gone. Then you got the other people who say, oh, those roses were kind of nice. All right, we'll go back into it. Anyway, we want to hear from all of you in the comment section. Keep the conversation going. Rumble is a Twitch streamer. His information is in the description below. As always, it has been your host, Arachnid Soul. Follow me on Twitter at Arachnid Soul. I am ready to go do another podcast now, and I hope you guys join me for the next one, and we will catch everyone out there later. Gamer Podcast, once again, joined by Rumble. The topic today is a little bit vague, but if you listen, you'll catch on. We're talking about game developers, the people who make the games, their vision of what a final game might be versus the publisher, who's just kind of the bigger umbrella company doing the funding, who wants to make money